If you want news and rumors that appeal, welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. Welcome to our special live coverage of Wheel of Time on Prime News this morning. Daniel, thank you so much for being with me this morning. You're looking excited, man. So we're jumping in a little bit early because it looks like Rosamund Pike posted something over on Instagram. So before we start talking about anything, why don't we show what that is, Taylor, over on Instagram? Let's play that for the audience here. Taylor, get that for us. Yeah, and I kind of took a sneak peek at it, but I haven't really watched it closely, so I'm looking forward to. And I know a lot of people are kind of saying it came early. Is this part of it? Anyways, we'll cover that here once Taylor gets us that here on Instagram. You ready to go, Taylor?
It just kind of circles. It won't let me play it.
Oh, you're not able to play it over there?
Here. It's just I have to click on it. So.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead. Let's see it.
The women in this tower. Do not underestimate the women in this tower. Do not underestimate the women in this tower.
Nice. Okay, cool. Let's go. So I wonder if this is what's coming out, Daniel, or something coming out also in addition to this afterwards.
It's quick.
Yeah. That part. So what did you take from that? Again, we don't know, for those of you out here, we don't know if Ray, if anyone's going to jump on and start talking about this. We don't know if there's more coming here, but we get a little bit of Moiraine here. So what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are don't underestimate the women in this tower.
Don't underestimate them. Yeah.
I've been waiting to see Moiraine for a hot minute, and so seeing that is pretty amazing. She looked good. She's posted on her Twitter an image that was in the sky with some stars looking thing, and she said a tease of what's to come. So I'm thinking there's more to come because we still have 10 minutes. I'm not entirely sure.
Right.
It's interesting.
I did like the blue eyes thing.
Yeah.
You see it if you go back and watch it, you get that. And people are saying, some chills even from like I said, 3 seconds. And the question is, is there in addition to what's happening there coming from What on Prime? What are we seeing here? But I do. What on Prime just did? Yeah. So Taylor, why don't you show us? I'm assuming it's the same thing, but go ahead and show us what on Prime just posted. If you're here jumping in,
do not underestimate the women in this tower. Do not underestimate the women in this tower.
Yeah, so I like what we have there. Right behind there is, and Taylor, you want to throw Daniel back on? And they give us a little bit. You get a little wider screen there in that shot on Twitter. If you go watch it, you can kind of see some things behind her. I don't know. I might be stretching here. It looks like maybe some fires going on behind her there. Maybe that's Emond's Field, where we're seeing something. What are your thoughts here?
I'm gonna go full on reach for it. I'm gonna say that's Winter's Night. That's gonna be our first bit of channeling. I'm gonna go just full on prediction. That's her coming out being like, all right, time to kill some people. And just finally showing us channeling. So I think we just saw the moment up to the first time. That's all. The voiceover is obviously a completely unrelated, uncontextualized line, in my opinion. It looks very different. But we now officially have heard Moraine's voice.
Yes, right. Heard her voice, and what's interesting is I can't tell if we're going to actually see the kind of the blue eyes thing happen in the show itself, or if that's just kind of an effect they've added to this video. It's but yeah, I guess I've never even thought of channeling and seeing it reflected in their eyes. So again, that's not something I've ever visualized. So I was like, oh, that's actually really cool to think that we're going to see the effects of channeling reflected that way. So
Yeah.
Let's Taylor, why don't you bring us back and show us what we got? For those of you that are watching, Rosamund Pike just dropped, and along with Watt on Prime, dropped a little snippet. This one's actually shorter than previous ones, but we actually get what looks to be a view of Moiraine about to channel. And why don't we go through this really slowly, actually, Taylor? So show it maybe full speed the first time.
Do not underestimate the women in this tower.
Sweet. Now,
Do not.
Now take us through it slowly. Oh, hey, Sarah's here. Welcome, Sarah Nakamura in chat.
So I think she said this tower, which to me implies that line is happening within the White Tower, which means we will get a scene, it sounds like, within the White Tower.
That's an interesting point. I hadn't thought about that. And I love how Taylor's going through this really, really slowly. Do not underestimate the women in this tower. That's a great comment. And the wind, there's like a wind effect here. It does feel like footage from the show. And I'm just like looking at her expression. It's almost, I almost wonder if she's being, okay, I'm probably stretching here, way stretching. I wonder if she's being attacked here and then she's fighting back. And you're kind of seeing this moment where she's responding.
Let's be clear. Moiraine's always fighting back.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, Taylor, bring us back to that. Oh, I love that going through really slow. We got like.
There's no forehead stone. That's important to note. She's wearing earrings.
Yes. Oh, hey, Sarah's here. What's up, Sarah? Welcome to the Dusty Wheel. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing a Zoom bomb a la Rage last year.
I love it. I love it. Little bombing us on Zoom. It's great.
Completely blued out representing. I appreciate it.
I know, yeah.
I must.
I love it. This is we're like all of a sudden obviously looking at this, looking for things like, okay, the stone isn't there. She's saying this tower, is this the tower where she's at? Are we seeing kind of a flashback? Obviously those are all the things that are going through. Not that we expect you to answer them, but right. So some fun.
I wanted to come on and be supportive and be really excited, and just kind of hear what you guys have to say, and go, whatever.
And go,
I love it. Say anything about, obviously.
So how pumped are you to actually see like an Aes Sedai here on screen, for you, like actually sharing some of this? Because I'm assuming this is not the first you've seen of this.
No, it's, obviously it's been in the works for a little bit. This little clip and teaser, it's been in the works for a little while, but for me, it's like, how do I say, like, I know that it's real, obviously, and that this is happening, and all of that stuff as all fans, but like to see her, who is, the character that I personally connected with whenever I first read this series, just so hardcore. Yeah. So to see her kind of and be introduced to the community and to the world, because, think about it, this was posted on her Instagram. So we're reaching non-Wheel of Time fans here. We're about to, we're bringing in a new audience, and this is kind of, for me at least, that first step into introducing all of, Rosamund Pike's fans to our world. And so I'm really excited to see what happens, what comes of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and when you think about it that way, right? Yeah, exactly. So many people that are not or don't know the Wheel of Time now will see this, and this is going to kick off a lot of interest. She did
officially say Grammy-winning actress,
right? Yeah, exactly. Golden Globe. Is it Golden
Globe? Sorry,
I was like, the Grammys were last night. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, did she win a Grammys too? Like, that's sweet.
Voice and
you haven't heard her mixtape?
Yeah, exactly.
This is her Grammy win. These right here. Exactly. Now I think she did post. Let me read this out for fans. They mentioned this in chat. with the Instagram video, she wrote, "Wheel of Time fans and future Wheel of Time fans, I'm giving you your first exclusive glimpse of Moiraine. Woman of mystery, power, calm, and strength. Everyone in the Wheel of Time family is excited to show you the full series when it comes to Amazon Prime Video. We love these characters, and it is an honor to have the chance to embody them. Moiraine Sedai is an enigma and a force of nature, never to be underestimated. See a flash of her here as she embraces the source of the One Power." I like it.
And with 486,000 followers, that's going to hit some people.
that'll get there.
Had 15,000 views.
Oh wow!
So I don't know when the Oscar nominations are happening, but I'm really excited to see if she's nominated. I assume she will be, but it's really just that much more incredible to have. We all have known what an amazing actress she is just by her body of work, but to have these accolades coming in at this time, I think is like so clutch, and it's so cool. Let's keep our fingers crossed for the Oscar too.
Absolutely. And sorry, go ahead, Daniel.
I was going to say, sorry, we just had someone said, so weird they managed to actually cast Moiraine as Moiraine. I just think it's a very, very good accomplishment you had there.
So I see a lot of people just jumping in, Uncharted Creeds in chat, like, did I miss it? So you can go check it out on One Prime, but let's show it here, Taylor, on the screen for us again on the Twitter one, maybe that gives us a wider view of it. For those of you who have not seen this yet, I think it's like a 5-second clip.
It's 3 seconds.
Is it only 3 seconds? Okay, so 3-second clip of Moiraine, and we get a flash of her here, and like Rosamund said, embracing the source, the One Power here. We don't know exactly what's happening. She speaks of the White Tower. Some people have noted that maybe this is a flashback sequence from the tower itself, but it does look like it looks like some footage from the show. So Taylor, go ahead and show us that on Twitter here. And let's play that for everybody again.
Do not underestimate the women in this tower. Do not underestimate the women in this tower.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm fascinated by the flash in the eyes thing. There is something, and like Steven just said, what a tease. Yeah, this is definitely, This is, but like Sarah, just like you said, this is our first introduction to Rosamund Pike in the show, which is extremely cool,
It's the fastest I've ever had a retweet hit 100 likes. So wow.
Yeah, and let's do a slow crawl through it here again for people watching. This is a lot of fun.
I like the slow crawl.
The blurring, as people have noted in chat, that they didn't provide a blur in this one. That's okay.
I'm catching on to you, Matt.
I know, right? That's now you see lights behind her. Now I'm trying to determine if this is like a fire of some sort, but it doesn't look like you see the light moving too much. Maybe you do. But it more seems like that you're just getting the image in focus here, and you're seeing that the lights. Yeah, so you can almost. I wonder, standing atop the tower here, in front of the tower, at the tower. Yeah, in some form or fashion. This one's a lot of fun.
I just want to know. There's no head pendant, and so I'm trying to place it like time wise.
Right.
There's no pendant.
People bringing up the earrings and a lack of the pendant. So. And Taylor, once you stop right here for the people that are watching, just on her eyes, again, I don't know why I'm fascinated by this, but has her eyes just, and see, I swear, just a little bit further, like it looks like they're really blue going in, but
This is the last frame.
that's the last frame? Oh, I thought that you saw, okay, maybe they're just blue. And maybe it's just the flash of light that I thought something different was happening with the eyes there. So, but
They went and edited the video after they released it.
What was that? What were you saying, Sarah?
I said her eyes are normally naturally blue.
Yeah, so maybe that's just her eyes, and the flash of light made me think that there was some kind of reflection going on there. But I do like how the light, as you go a little bit further, Taylor, again, probably, not that I ever look at anything too deeply here, but it seems like the flash comes almost off of her face as it's coming out of her here, like right there, that image. is so.
Oh yeah, the ring.
Oh yeah, that's so cool. That leaving that
right,
image of that. Yeah, I love that. You can almost see the ring and her eye, like the holes of her eyes where it doesn't come out of, but it's coming out of her face. I love that effect. So whoever did that, if that's an in-world effect, cool. But if that's if that was just for this trailer, I don't know what they did, but yeah, I'm gonna have
you guys are like, dissecting 3 seconds of video. Imagine what's gonna happen whenever like the whole thing comes out.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's gonna be really.
I mean, even a trailer, like I imagine, like a 1-minute trailer will probably take us like 5 hours together or something like that.
I expect to make at least 20 videos on a 1-minute trailer.
Right.
I cannot wait for that day whenever it is. Because like it's that like there are these milestones, for me, like in particular, and so the first look at Moiraine, obviously it's only like this, we don't get to see much else of what's going on, but still, it just speaks to Rosamund and her presence, that she's able to just like emit so much Moiraine in just like 3 seconds. It's just like the wildest, coolest thing. And so I can't wait for you guys to see what she does with this character, because it's pretty great.
Absolutely. And by the way, they just Wheel of Time on Prime just posted their YouTube version of this image, or this video, and so it's a much higher quality. So Taylor, I just sent you that. Let's see if you can't get that spun up for the screen.
Oh, did they accidentally post the full first episode? Is that what's happening?
What? Yeah, just the first episode. That's all. Yeah, exactly.
Could you imagine? I genuinely cannot wait. I can't wait to just finally get to openly discuss all of this with you guys.
I know, right? Yeah. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be really fun.
It's gonna be a great day.
I know you can't answer anything, Sarah, but I'm trying to discern if there's any ageless effect applied to the face. It's a real quick flash, so I'm having trouble like telling. And it's like, are they what's going on with the agelessness here? So it's genuinely such a quick clip. I'm like, I can't tell.
That's I love it. So I'm gonna say that maybe this higher resolution one might give us a little bit more clarity here. So Taylor, are you able to put that up as far as on the? Yeah. So why don't you show that one and see if we get any higher resolution on this for people?
This chat.
Do not underestimate the women in this tower.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I can't keep up with anything.
Yeah, that's a little bit. Taylor, why don't you go back to that? Press that
Do not underestimate the women in this
tower. It seems like the quality is. Oh, yeah, you're right. You can't. But right there. So that is a higher quality version of that. And I don't know if this answers your question, Daniel, but maybe there is an effect applied here. You can really get a feel for her dark hair here in ways that like the lower resolution one on Twitter didn't at least show up to me. So yeah, Taylor, maybe go a little bit further on this and then stop it again just like you did and see if we can't get her eyes open that same way. But that's
a much higher quality video.
What a beautiful shot. Hair. This one that's on this. Yeah, right. Fantastic hair. Yeah, this is a much higher quality shot. You're right. I love how slow that's going. You're going in there, Taylor. It's just so the effect of the channeling here is really cool. People after this, by the way, people after this video are going to be like, that was ridiculous. 3 seconds for them to spend an hour chatting, but this is really cool to see. We get our first look of her, and this. I really appreciate them releasing this higher resolution version really quickly. So props to he who tweets with the dawn. Thanks for getting that out to us.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some comments saying that it's like a bit weak, and I will die on this hill. The fact that we get any thing at all is like, we're so lucky. So, so this, and our leads, we're introducing our lead, is to me like super epic and special. And it's not just a still, it's not just a photo. So imagine if it was just a photo, like we're getting so much more. So
yeah, and that higher resolution, people out there, the high resolution version does make it almost feel a little bit more like there's fire there. It's a really beautiful shot. Like, just like I said, the high resolution really brings this to life. Like, you can just see her in this. Like, again, like you said, I know it sounds ridiculous. The hair in the shot is fantastic. Like, it's just a great shot. And I did see a question in chat about, the show obviously starting to shoot again. It seems like we're still dealing with some COVID related things. And I know, Sarah, again, guys, Sarah can't be giving us any scoops on the show here. But I appreciate you being here, Sarah, and enjoying this moment with us. This is awesome.
Well, I mean, I very seldomly get to enjoy things as a fan, which sounds weird. And that's not like like violent. I would not trade my position for anything. But it's really fun for me to get to experience this stuff with you guys, and hear firsthand and participate firsthand in the process. Absolutely. So I appreciate you letting me come in and bomb the conversation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sarah's Zoom bomb. And with some Dr. Pepper. I love it. So any other thoughts for you, Daniel, on this one? And for those of you that are out there, if you want to give us a call, again, you can't, Sarah can't answer the questions, so please be respectful in that way. But if you want to give us a call and react to what you just saw, you can give us a call at 1-313-825-5968. That's 1-313-825-5968. I'll throw that call up here. And if you have any comments, I'd love to hear what you have to say about this this sneak peek at Moiraine. I'd love to hear what your initial thoughts were and what you think is happening. I mean, that's what this is all about. These little first looks, just like we did with the one with Matt's dagger, is let's speculate. This is enough to speculate. And I think where I'm at right now with this one has to be, I think this feels like a flashback at the tower. I feel like this has to be kind of a New Spring flashback potentially at the tower. That's a New Spring-esque flashback at the tower. That's where my speculation's at. I'm kind of curious, like I said, if you want to give us a call. Daniel, what are you thinking now that you've seen this kind of 3 seconds of Moiraine? What do you think's going on here?
Well, I first want to reiterate what Sarah said. The engagement we get from Wheel of Time show is absolutely insane. If you've looked at the pre-trailer for Witcher or pre-trailers for Game of Thrones, people didn't get stuff like this. We're getting stuff like this. It's fun. So I'm always confused. People get so quickly spoiled where it's just now I deserve it all. But for this, I'm really looking at it hard, trying to place little tiny details of where it could be when, and there's not enough because it's just a face and I'm frustrated, but I love it, but I'm frustrated by it. I'm trying to think when in, book one, this could fit. And all I can think is those earrings look good. I want to buy them. Don't know entirely. But the fire in the background, I'm still leaning Winter Night. I still think this is Moiraine coming out possibly Winter Night and being well, cover's blown. Let's start the murder time. That would be cool. That'd be nice.
Yeah, this definitely could be. You're right. And again, I guess it goes back to that because we don't see her say those words here, right? We're just
no. I think the audio is from something entirely different. I think the audio is well, it confirms it's at least in some point we're going to be in the White Tower. It sounds like in season 1 because he says this tower as in presently here. Yeah. So that's a confirmation I like. Sarah.
I love it, Sarah. You have a great poker face, which I love. It's fantastic. I keep on doing this, and I did this with Matt's dagger until we unblurred Matt's dagger script. I had kind of in my head connected the verb, what it says to the screen itself. In the same way, I think you could be right here. maybe this is Edmonds Field and the whatever the audio is from another scene, and maybe we're getting a couple suggestions here, like we're going to see Moiraine channel in Edmonds Field, and we're going to get to the tower at some point. And I like that confirmation in 3 seconds, kind of giving us a feel for where we might see these shots. Let's bring our first caller into the show. We'll bring them directly in here. Let's find out their reaction. Hopefully, we'll see what they have to say. Hey, welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hi.
How you doing today?
I'm rocking. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate
Fantastic. Who's this?
This is Russell from Fallbrook. My question, I guess, is so the audio is obviously separated from the video, but is that audio going to be in the show? Is that a line from the show? I know I'm not asking as far as, this is just speculation, but who would she be talking to especially? Totally.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. So for those of you that might just be watching, let's do one more pass, Taylor, through the trailer here. And that's a good question for those in chat that are watching us, and for Taylor, for Daniel and I, which is, let's say the audio is disconnected here. Yeah, what do we think what would we speculate that means that scene would be in the tower itself? So go ahead and, Taylor, play that for the audience one more time.
Do not underestimate the women in this tower.
Yeah, it goes back to that. Do not underestimate the women in this tower. So, Daniel, now that we've talked about these two things being disconnected, the audio is disconnected. Well, what kind of scene do you think this might be? What would the audio be related to? Yeah, go ahead.
There's two ways you could take it. Someone who's outside the tower trying to assert authority, and her being like, nah. Or it could be you could take it another way, where you could even be like an accepted or a novice showing doubt, or even a nice guy showing doubt, and Moraine's just being like, we're awesome, we can do this, you don't even know nothing. There's two ways you could take that. There's also theoretically a confrontation with White Cloaks. I'm always down for a confrontation with White Cloaks. I can't. I'm gonna say I'm just gonna throw a dart at the wall and say it's gonna be something to do with White Cloaks, and I don't know why, but we've
something to do with
I
White
think I'm
Cloaks.
gonna say that.
Wow. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. That wasn't it. That's an interesting. Russell, what's your thoughts here? Now that we've disconnected the audio from what we're seeing in the video here, what was your speculation? Where did your head go when you heard her say that?
Oh, so immediately, just because of the winter night, I think I'm drawn to that scene, and so I was thinking maybe when she's talking to the Emmons Fielders post the battle, maybe. It's tough to tell.
Oh yeah, interesting.
It's just saying this tower makes me think she's present in the tower.
Totally. Yeah, I think that might be a red herring. We'll see, but I love the White Cloak idea. It's great.
Yeah, the White Cloak idea is. Hey, Russell, thank you very much for calling in, man. Great reaction. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Right on. Thanks for what you do.
Yep.
Bye.
Alternatively, the show transcends into the MCU. She's in Stark Tower. She's with the other women, the Avengers.
That's it.
Sarah, can you confirm this is not the MCU? Okay.
There's so many different turnings of the wheel, so who knows which one we're in.
I like it. Yeah, so I like that you just. I like it. We just got a little bit loony there, and now during our next Loony Theory panel, we need to do a Moiraine in the MCU. I think that we can make one. I think we can do a theory on it.
MCU crossovers. I'm here for that all day.
I love it.
All day.
Let's bring in the next caller. We got a bunch here calling in. Welcome to the Dusty Wheel. How you doing today?
Hi, doing fine. How about you?
Fantastic. So who's this?
This is Kevin.
Kevin, thank you very much for being here. So, what's your thoughts so far on, what's your speculation around this kind of 3-second clip of Moiraine?
Oh, there's so little and yet so much. So, I say visually, I do feel like audio and video is completely different areas. I think visually, I'm going to go with Emmons Field. I believe the lights behind her are probably not fires. They seem too still. They're not flickering enough, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they could be, light glows of lights. We saw the concept art that had the hanging lanterns, or it could just be windows from buildings in the background. And then I'm also reminded in the book, Bran Alvear, when he's telling Rand about this, he mentions that she throws lightning at the Trollocs, and the color of the light is mostly white with a little bit of a blue tint, which is something that's often associated with kind of that lightning coloring. So I do kind of wonder if it's kind of that first moment attack on Winter Night, which we don't see in the books, but we get to hear about.
Yeah, I love you connecting the flash to the lightning. It's
Sarah,
amazing.
Sarah, does that seem accurate to you? Does that seem...
I actually got distracted just for a second. I was listening, but poker face. I hope that's not boring for people. I was just thinking about that. Like, gosh, I mean, I'm just kind of sitting here, like, throwing in, like, oddball, random commentary. So, you know, you guys should speculate to your heart's content. And I'll just, you know, I'll throw it in my one-liners and zingers as I can.
Yeah, no, that's the fun, and hopefully it's fun for you. I know you can't say much, but being and listening, at least listening in and hearing what people have to say is, I'm sure is fun, even though you have to keep a kind of a poker face about it. So,
you know, what the caller's saying, that, like, you know, you're taking it there, and that's great.
Yeah.
You know, take it as far as you can, because eventually somebody's going to be right. I don't know who is or who will, but eventually that will happen. And so, you know, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it
already was right. It was me when I said the MCU. Bam. There we go.
Well, I love the idea of the lightning. Yeah, fantastic. Before I let you go, what was your thought on the, you know, you've mentioned lightning now. What about the dialogue itself? Where do you think she's speaking at?
I feel like that's most likely something that's just for the clip.
Okay.
It's honestly very common for audio in trailers to be scripted just for that, or never make it, or it's from a deleted scene or something. It could be something from around the tower, if it's a flashback, or if there's definitely a different path line than from the books, but I feel like most likely it is not actually from the show.
Okay. Yeah, there's some more speculation there to go with. I'm going to ask chat that same question. Hey, thank you very much for calling in and sharing your opinion. Appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you soon.
No problem. Thank you.
Yep, bye-bye.
All right, so I'm on my like 300th loop through this. And here's what I'm saying. I just noticed her eye movement at the beginning is not someone. It's either she's about to sneeze or she's embracing the source. Someone doesn't do that eye movement unless they're doing something, and I think we're watching her embrace the source because she's doing an eye thing where it's very like acting wise. That's the kind of thing I would do with my face if I was doing that. So that is my. I'm trying to break Sarah's poker face theory. Let's see how that goes.
I love it. So yeah, so what we figured out in honestly like probably 2 seconds with her on screen here, and I like it, is perhaps this is, as you see the light come into her, you almost see it going in and then coming back out. So you almost get the idea that she's embracing, maybe channeling lightning at Aemond's Field, along with being paired with a potential dialogue from the White Tower itself. You know, the little and the lot that maybe is revealed in these 3 seconds is fantastic. So before we bring somebody else in, I want to give you a question that I think you can answer, Sarah, which is when it comes to something like this, you know, the hair, the makeup, how much time, you know, when you look at, like, we see her there, whatever, you know, happening, you know, you don't have to tell us what's happening, obviously, but how much time is spent getting those things exactly the way that we're seeing them? Like when fans are seeing something like that moment, you know, is it from a costuming and, you know, effects standpoint, is there a way, like, is there any insight there you can kind of offer to us, like, of just time and effort involved in something like that?
Yeah, like the most that I personally, you know, from my experience can say is that, you know, the discussion rather, it starts relatively early on. I think, you know, in this case, the Moiraine's look started the moment that ROSAMUND accepted, you know, that she took on this job. I think, she immediately began thinking about her. I obviously can't speak for her, but that's kind of what I assume or presume. And then just like from my perspective, it was one of the very first documents that I wrote up. So, just like about this character and her background and all of those pieces that make her. And then, everything gets pieced together from there. And then, they'll go through wig after wig after wig after wig and, find the exact right one, because everybody's got to be happy with it and it's got to be comfortable. So all of those fun things. And so months and months of work, and obviously simultaneously other things are happening, other things are going on, other characters are being built out and coming to life. So, yeah, I would say, multiple months. And then, in the makeup chair, thankfully, it's not a difficult process, and Rosamund's easy in terms of that. She's in and out, I think, pretty quickly, which is great. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that insight as far as, that this is one of the, first things you wrote up and about Moiraine. That's a really cool thing to know for fans. So I'm sure for you, this is like a really awesome moment to not only have seen what brought this behind the scenes up to this moment, but for it to actually be released to fans has got to be, I would imagine for you, just you get the chills. It's exciting.
Well, I mean, because again, I think all of the little teasers that have been coming out are just such a big, it's a relief on one end, but it's also, this has been, for the show, I've been working on the show since the end of 2016. And so to see finally things coming out and to have people talking about them is so satisfying. It is just thrilling. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. And so yeah, I'm glad you were, even though like I said, can't say much here. Hopefully you're enjoying every moment of this as callers call in and get excited about it. So Daniel, any addition to that, Daniel, before I jump to the next caller?
No, let's go ahead and bring that next caller in.
Okay, let's bring him in.
Sorry, I'm just staring at the video on repeat.
let's bring our next caller in. Hey, welcome to the Dusty Wheel. How you doing today?
Yeah, hi, it's Stubble McShave.
Stubble, how you doing? Hey, man, it's at least we're talking. Yeah, from Sweden. At least we're talking at a time that's reasonably like normal for you, right? It's not like at 3:00 in the morning. So you're awake and excited. So what are your thoughts on this kind of teaser first look at Moiraine that we got? What are your theories?
First, I would like to say that both this and the Dagger video had the same thing with the audio and the visuals, that they were from different points of the show, and it seems like they lifted from a trailer, both of them. I get the sense of that, at least.
Yeah, they both could absolutely. Both of those could definitely be trailer kind of pieces of the trailer itself. But are you kind of in line with what everyone else is kind of speculated at this point? Do you think this is Emma's field where this is happening? Take away the audio there, or do you speculate that she's somewhere else?
Yeah, I think it's probably the same as you guys have speculated already. But I also would like to say that it will be interesting to hear Sarah answer which Moiraine was better, the one in the book trailer for Towers of Midnight or Rosamund Pike.
There's no question. I mean, obviously it was Rosamund and we actually talked about that very awkwardly once. That was like, oh, I wish I had the experience of doing the trailer, but like to have Rosamund Pike be like, so like you fancy yourself Moiraine? Yeah, I was like, no, no way. So yeah, that was like Oh gosh, even still, like, I do not get embarrassed very easily or blush or anything like that, but I distinctly, and it's even coming back to me now, like, just like that, oh my gosh, like, I cannot believe that Rosamund Pike is talking to me about this. Like, did she watch it? I'm just so, like, yeah, it was so funny. So anyways, obviously Rosamund she just is Moiraine. Like, she embodies this woman. She is her. And so, like, there's zero question in my mind. And people ask me, like, oh, are you going to dress up and be an Aes Sedai? And I have zero interest in that. I got to kind of live out a fun little fantasy for the Towers of Midnight trailer, but, like, that's as far as it goes for me, in terms of, like, on-screen work.
I love it. So you fancy yourself Moiraine. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, Stubble, thank you so much for calling in. Like I said, glad it's at a reasonable time of the world for you over in Sweden to give us a call. And yeah, thank you for bringing that up. That was a great moment many, many years ago with Sarah. So, hey, Stubble, have a good one. We'll see you back in chat, man. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks,
Goodbye.
Mike.
It's great talking to you, Stubble. Love you. Thanks for being a part of the community. I have my theories more solidified now.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm about to spit. Here's my backup for why it's definitely 100% confirmed Emmons Field. All right.
Okay.
Well, it's nighttime.
Wait, hold on. I thought you were, like, on the White Cloak bandwagon.
No, that's for the audio. For the visual. For the visual,
okay.
I'm saying this is winter night. And
okay.
here's where I'm going. It's nighttime, which it's night all over the world at various times, but during winter's night, it's night.
Sure. Okay.
She has her hair down. To me, that looks like someone who's about to go to bed. She's like about to, and then things start burning. And she's like, oh gosh, need to go outside and kill people. And then there's no forehead pendant because you take that off when you're going to bed. That's my theory. I think you take that off when you're going to sleep.
Gotcha.
She was about to take out her earrings when things went down, so she was in the process. And the flames in the background, I think people are right. I think those are lanterns that match what we saw before for the concept art. So I think it lines up. I think she's got a travel look to her, and that's my theory. That's
wow.
That is
wow.
facts.
Look at that. Like, I love tying all those pieces in. It's amazing what you just made out of 2 seconds of seeing Moiraine there on screen. I love it. That's impressive.
What I'm saying is it's confirmed the last battle happens in the first season.
Okay, so let's do this one more time for those of you who just jumped in. We're talking all about the first look at Moiraine that was released this morning by Rosamund Pike and then What on Prime. Taylor, why don't you show us that one from YouTube one more time here, and let's walk through Daniel's theory, but slowly through the video here. I love this idea, so let's do this. So
do not underestimate the women in this tower.
I love the audio. So just slow that down there, and so as we go back here,
the women in this tower.
So yeah, we see her. You want to pause that,
the
Taylor, right in the middle there? So we see her, like you're saying, Daniel. Maybe she's, I love the idea that you guys have all connected the lanterns from the concept art to what we see in the background here. That, like, she's just out. Maybe she's right by the tree out there. I love the idea that she's right out there in just the middle of Emmons Field, and the lanterns are right there. And like you're saying, it's at night. And they were, maybe it's after, because we were told by Rafe that we're getting Beltane, so maybe it's right after the celebration is over, and then this happens, and she's coming out, and maybe there's Trolloc right there, and we just don't see them. Obviously, they're in front. I love this idea that I'm going with your theory. I don't have a better theory at this point. So I think that's a fantastic. Let's leave the screen up there. Just for a moment here, just as she's channels, Taylor, so a little bit further there. And I'm kind of curious for those of you, we'll bring our next caller in here shortly. Curious for those in chat. Go ahead and I'd love to, do you agree here, thumbs up, is Daniel on point, or thumbs down, you have changes that you want to make and to that theory, and what would you suggest they are? Outside of these things, by the way, tying in the stuff you did, Daniel, fantastic. Do you think that this is part of the trailer, Daniel? Do you think that this is a cutscene from that we'll eventually get here, hopefully sometime in the next upcoming months?
I'm 50-50 on that. I really don't know if these are all going to accumulate into being part of the trailer. If of all the stuff we've seen, of course, the knife and this are most likely to be. But I mean, I don't know the process of crafting a trailer. I don't know if there's one already ready or if they're still making one. I have no idea how that comes together. So I'm 50-50. I have no authority on saying whether or not that's the case.
What? You don't have authority?
I have no authority in life. I pretend and I lie.
So Taylor, let's pull that down and let's bring our next caller on here. I love it. Let's bring our next caller into the show. Welcome to the Dusty Wheel. How you doing today?
Hello.
Hello. So who's this?
Hi. This is Katie from on Instagram.
Oh, Katie.
Katie Sadai.
Yeah, Katie Sadai. Hey. How you doing? So what are your thoughts? Welcome to the show. What are your thoughts here? Daniel just dropped this fantastic theory. I'm kind of curious what you have to say.
Yeah, I mean, totally could be Emmons Field. It wouldn't really make sense for them to show us a clip from later on in the show. That just doesn't make sense to me. So showing something early channeling from Rosamund definitely makes sense. I totally agree that the voice is different. I don't know if it's going to be in the White Tower or if she's just talking to someone with other Aes Sedai, maybe talking to the Emmons Fielders about, don't underestimate us. Yeah, but I'm not convinced about the White Tower yet.
Okay. In this tower, yeah, that's it's an interesting question of
Jason said he's going to answer 10 questions about her on his Instagram page. Sorry, just had to cut in there really quick.
Okay.
Said that on Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Yeah. Okay, so Taylor, it sounds like we're going to get some answers to questions here on Rafe's Instagram page. If you want, it sounds like he's willing to answer them. So if you want to go ask Rafe a question, go do it, and then we'll pull those questions into our discussion here. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Did he? Let me see if he posted that. Was it in his stories, or was it just
on Twitter? And he did say later today, so he might not be posting those.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So he might not be. Yeah. So, but you have time to go ask questions. Yeah. We'll cover that again. We'll be back tonight for our live show talking about channel announcements and news, and so we'll definitely cover those questions that Rafe answers there, and if he happens to answer while we're here. But yeah, if you are here in chat and you want to go ask Rafe a question, he'll answer 10 of them on Instagram. For those of the admins that are in chat, if you want to post that link, if you have that, actually I can post that link. I have it right here. So yeah, why don't you can go there and ask him, and it's on that first post of his, and you can leave your question there. And that's it. So Katie, what was the question you would? I don't know if you're running over there now to ask a question, but what would you ask Rafe about this when it comes to Moiraine and this this trailer?
Oh my goodness.
What would you want to know from Rafe?
I would have to think about it a little bit. Yeah, I think what's really cool about the trailer is that we actually see her embracing the Source. She said that on her Instagram caption that we see Moiraine embracing the Source. So this is the first time that we're seeing channeling. And how they're potentially showcasing channeling in the show. And I just think that is so cool. And I want to know, I guess you just have to wait for the show to see more, but how they made the decisions about how to showcase channeling, because a lot of times only the channelers can see people who are embracing the Source, other women. So, are we as the audience going to see every time that women embrace the Source, or is it just, a rare thing? How are they going to handle that? It'll be super interesting.
Right. Yeah, that's a great. That is. I know you said I put you on the spot to ask a question. That's a great one to ask. I think you should go post that one to Rafe. I wonder if he would talk about that process at all. That's a great question to I think put out there. And again, you might get a watch and find out on that one. But I think that is a. And that
I do have
to be,
one more comment too. I just want to say that I think, just kind of bigger picture, it's really awesome that I know that there's a really strong Wheel of Time community on Twitter, but I really appreciate that they released something on Instagram first this time. Yeah. Because there are people that I think we can get into this community through Instagram, through other, social media realms other than just Twitter. And so I just really appreciate that, they are including people on Instagram, because I think someone mentioned, Rosamund has nearly 500,000 followers on Instagram. And so we can reach, so many more people and spread the word about this great show that we're all very excited about. Anyway, that's just my little thing, being someone who mostly follows on Instagram.
Yeah, no, it is cool. And Sarah, go for it, Sarah.
Comment. I mean, that's I don't think unintentional in terms of the timing of everything. Because for such a long time, feels like the target has been loyal Wheel of Time fans, right? So everything that they've been doing has been targeting our community specifically with, I think everybody understands eventually it will go global, but this time has been so precious with just us and just our small little fandom or large fandom, however you want to look at it, relative. But, and now we're taking that next step into going global, and you're absolutely right. I think that's very astute. And I think that there's a, game plan behind it. And so I'm really excited that this step was taken today as well. So, I would say that that's dead on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well put, both of you. Hey, Katie, thank you so much for calling in. As always, it's great to hear your voice, and maybe we'll see you tonight.
Okay.
I think it's,
see you guys.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
I think it's really important to also, a lot of new people flooding in, which we will absolutely see in the next few months. It's very important to remember, keep spoiler warnings very prevalent. Don't spoil things for people, and absolutely be accepting of new people who will not know as much, and let them theorize and be wrong. Because I think one of the most fun things about getting involved in the fandom is theorizing and being wrong and proven wrong. So let people do that.
Yeah, that's so true, and that's great. And that's kind of, again, what I was saying is that we've been lucky to have this time of getting these teasers and just getting to keep them kind of selfishly to ourselves. And so now that the step to go global, we're opening up to so many more people that we get to kind of bring in and foster along the process. And so I'm like, I can't imagine the same thing happening like the same time whenever season 2 kind of comes out, and having the same experiences with the teasers and the different things like that. I don't know if they're going to do it the same way next time, but I'm just so excited to see how much the audience has grown. And kind of to that point, this is the first time the Prime Video handle on Twitter has shared our video and our teaser. So now we've kind of opened up even more onto the Prime Video platform, not just the Wadham Prime platform. So that's
that's a good note. Yeah.
Wild. So everybody that watches Prime Video that follows them on Twitter is now hyper aware that they've got something new in the works, and it's starring Rosamund Pike, who just won a Golden Globe. So all of these things are just so perfect in terms of timing for our show to be a smash hit, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, that one already has, I just went and looked, that one has 50,000 views on it. The Wadham Prime one already has 36,000 views on it this morning. And I don't know what the Instagram one is where Rosamund, I haven't seen that one, but really, really cool, really cool. Yeah, I didn't notice that Prime Video did it. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, go for it, Dan.
I am lucky if a video of mine hits 50K views. So that's good job. And that's within the first hour.
Yeah.
Wild. It's hitting me actually as we speak, that this is happening. We've now taken that step into the global market. And and people are reacting right now to our show. I'm floored. It's wild. So exciting.
No, it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, and great points. Let's we have just a couple more callers waiting in line. Let's bring one of them into the show. See what they have to say. Hey, welcome to the Dusty Wheel. How you doing today?
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Fantastic. Who's this?
This is Edward.
Edward, welcome to the show. So what are your thoughts about the trailer we got today? What are your thoughts just about your first look at Moiraine?
Well, actually, so first I had a question for Sarah. Did you wear the glitter?
Yeah, I've got the glitter on.
Hell yeah. So I actually think that both the audio and the video are from Emmons Field.
Okay.
I think that it's not just going to be Moiraine in Emmons Field. It's going to be 2 or 3 Aes Sedai.
Interesting.
And
okay.
Probably after the events of Winter Night. That's where she's saying, like, don't underestimate the women of this tower.
I like it. I like the bold the boldness of it. I like it.
Yeah. Wild guess.
Yeah, it's fan. Yeah, that's and I had even I think my son behind the scenes here has proposed even another thing that he thinks he sees in the video. I'll have to ask him if he wants to share that right now. But yeah, a great idea, Edward. This idea that she could be talking in Emma's Field about this tower as in kind of more of like I'm a representative of this tower, and so don't underestimate me. I'm bringing the tower to you. So I like the idea that they could all be happening. I don't think they're happening necessarily in the same moment, but I definitely can see how that dialogue could be there, later, if you will, like you said.
I think the video portion is from the actual Winter Night attack, and then the audio is from after everyone brings their pitchforks and torches. Like, what's up, witch?
What's up, witch? That's an interesting idea too. Yeah. That audio comes from kind of like the townspeople, like thinking that they brought this on them. I like that. That's a great theory. I love it. So I'm kind of curious. So now getting a first look at Moiraine, the first look at the dagger, the guitar, you got the audio from, Perrin and Egwene back in the day. Which one has been kind of the most exciting for you then, as you think back about all these first looks?
Oh, it has to be Moiraine, just because it's the first person and sort of to me real, because everything else obviously is a big key part of the show, but at the end of the day they're still props almost, whereas Moiraine's real. She's this makes it feel 10 times more real. Yeah,
so I love and I love that you bring this up, which I hadn't thought about until right now, which is she is in these trailers so far, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first face of the Wheel of Time, right? We had Matt's hands, if you will, with the dagger. We had, we heard Tom's voice and Matt's voice. We heard the voices of Perrin and Egwene. We saw, Emmons Field a little bit. But this is the face of the Wheel of Time.
Yeah, and even the concept art, I don't think had distinct faces.
Right. We just get concept art. Yeah. This is the first, and it looks like footage from the show, and the face of the Wheel of Time, and it being Moiraine is so appropriate. Yeah, I love that you brought that up. As soon as you said that, I was like, wait, her face. That's right. We get a face to the show now, and it's absolutely on point that they made it Moiraine. So. Yeah, great thoughts, Edward. Really appreciate that, man. Hey, thank you so much for holding online. Any final thoughts before we let you go?
No, don't put me on the spot.
That's my job, man. That's fun. Hey, thank you so much for calling in. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you too. Bye-bye. Yeah, great point. Hadn't even thought about that. The face of the Wheel of Time, and what a great moment, embracing the source and seeing her in the show here, and as an introduction, like people have pointed out on Prime Video and through Rosamund's Instagram, to a lot of people that don't know about the Wheel of Time, and having her out front and bringing Moiraine to the masses. Yeah, great, fantastic. And for them, just like a little sneak peek, for people that don't know what this is and wondering what's happening in that moment. I love it. Yeah, I love it. And I wanted to mention this. Yeah, if you are here, Daniel helped out here. Yeah, please do like the video if you're enjoying this thing. It helps other fans find this later on. And yeah, if you like our live show that we do here on Wheel of Time content that we do it weekly, please do subscribe. We'd love to have you here at the Dusty Wheel. And like I said, we'll be back tonight talking all about the upcoming shows for the next month. So yeah, we'll do. I love these days that we get to do 2 live streams in a day. It's a blast. It's a blast. So we have a couple more callers. Any thoughts from the both of you about that statement about Moiraine and being the face, if you will, of the Wheel of Time before we jump to another caller?
I think it's definitely a transition in the books where I've said this in a few videos where Moiraine acts as like this gateway into the wider world, right? So like she is the stand-in for us, the audience, to learn about so many aspects, and having someone like Rosamund Pike take the wheel for that is just so exciting, right? Grammy winner, possible Oscar, we don't know, going down the road. I mean, it's just Golden Globe. Sorry. No, you haven't heard her mixtape. It's great.
I love it.
Yeah, so I'm pumped.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I mean, you guys, like, that's kind of where all this started for me. It was Team Moiraine and that whole thing, that whole vibe. So, you know, for me, this is her story. And this is what I've said for years. So this is not a show thing. This is a fan thing. But I've always said that this is her story. You know, at this point in the timeline, you know, and it's kind of the, you know, and again, before the last books came out and the spoiler warning and all that stuff, but this was for me, like kind of the end of a journey for her. And that's why we really have that focus of her and the end of that part of her story. And so, yeah, I do think it's her story in the beginning, certainly. And, you know, people have fought me on that for years, but I stand by that 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, well said. And like I said, Team Moiraine, you know, you're representing today, which I think is fantastic. I still love the thing you said before, which is, that she made a comment about. So you think you're, so you think you're Moiraine, huh? I love that. I love that it still affects you. Like you can relive that moment. Just yeah.
Oh God, like it was such a Moiraine thing to do because, like, again, you know, like I'm pretty settled. I'm confident. Like I'm not, you know, like I don't get ruffled or flapped hardly ever. And so she just like came out of nowhere with that. Because we were just chatting about like whatever, and then she was like, so, and it was just like such, and I thought to myself, I told her, I was like, God, like that was such a Moiraine thing to do. Like you just completely, you know, rattled me, and you know, had a good laugh over it. Obviously, it was great, but like, oh God, yeah, I just did not think that, you know, again, like this is Rosamund Pike. Like, what does she know about me? You know, and so like the fact that yeah, it hurts.
I love your. This is a story that we need to get. Like, yeah, I love that you're sharing that because I can see there's a lot of love for that, and you got a love from Delusions of Grendel. Team Moiraine, love the blue, Sarah. So yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that was great. So let's bring in. These will probably be our last 4 callers of the day. Let's bring our first one in of those 4. Hey, welcome to the Dusty Wheel. How you doing today?
I'm straight up having a good time. How about you?
Fantastic. Who's this?
This is Garrett from Kentucky.
Garrett from Kentucky, welcome. Thank you so much. So what are your thoughts about seeing the first look of Moiraine in the show? You know, how are you feeling right now?
It's pretty awesome. I'm kind of getting some Galadriel vibes back from Peter Jackson.
Interesting. Okay.
I know what
you're
talking about.
Yeah, I will be loved and feared by everyone.
Yeah. Now that you're saying it, yeah, I'm sure somebody will do superimpose them. Yeah. But that's an interesting one to kind of compare to this one. Yeah, this moment. I like it.
Like the lighting too, I think is what you're saying, right? Is like the whole thing, because she lights up hardcore at one point. and so I can see that comparison for sure.
Yeah, I'm powerful.
I'm a bit offended that you compare this common elf to the likes of Moiraine, but it's fine.
Right, I love Galadriel.
I'm kidding. I do as well.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So what's your theory about what's happening right here? Taylor, do you want to show for those of you that are maybe jumping in late? Let's while Garrett kind of describes his theory here, do you want to show that video and just kind of pause it there with Moiraine now that he's given us an interesting Galadriel analogy here. So yeah, let's throw this up here. And let's pause it right in the middle here, and then go ahead.
Do
Garrett,
not underestimate the women in this tower.
What's your theory about what's happening right here?
Well, yeah, during the video footage, I don't see what that could possibly be besides Winter Night. Just off the top of my head. As for the audio, I'm kind of hoping that it's at like a not serious moment. Maybe Moiraine is chastising Matt and Rand and Perrin about something.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that this might be to the boys about their thoughts about Aes Sedai and their plans and the tower and basically like the ability. So I hadn't thought about that, but maybe they're questioning her ability to protect them. From what they've just seen.
Yeah,
here.
or just being suspicious, like maybe she's an enemy or something.
Yeah, don't underestimate the women. I love it. That's a great one. Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
I love the any bet that's it's someone chastising Matt. I feel like it's a safe bet. So I like that. That's a good theory. It's just a safe bet to have.
I like it. Okay, Taylor, you can pull that down.
At this point are about Matt actually, and his relationship with Steve. And that's just like everything that we've been doing has been kind of pointing towards that. So you're right. You guys figured it out. That's what it is. It's all one big chastisement of Matt.
She's talking to Matt and Steve. I like it. Steve is underestimating the women of the tower. Great idea, Garrett. Any final thoughts before we let you go, Garrett? Thank you very much for sharing your theory here. But anything before we say good afternoon?
Not really. I just wanted to thank all of you real quick. 2020 quarantine has been my first read-through of Wheel of Time. Before that, it was only like Narnia and Lord of the Rings over and over again. So, Daniel, I appreciate you for introducing me through your channel. And Sarah, you as well for working on the show. And you, Matt, for telling me about the show.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, what a 2020, So thank you very much, Gary. Yeah, I really appreciate that, man. Have a good afternoon, and can't wait to see you back here at the Dusty Wheel, man. See ya.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, and I love you for what you said. I appreciate you.
Yeah, 2020 flew by, right? Oh, man. I mean, now, like, we're almost in April. I'm just saying.
Year to the day since I flew back from Prague.
Oh, wow.
So there's that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's that. It was wild.
That is wild that was today.
It just occurred to me that, yeah.
By the way, I saw hashtag unblur the background. I don't think it's going to happen, guys. but maybe I'll try. I have a little bit. I'm a little bit gun shy now of unblurring things. Like I've stared at blurs too long. I got to stare at something else.
You did such a great job. I think it's so fun.
It was hilarious. Like I'm telling you, the first time I pulled some text out of unblurring it, I was like I got chills. So, yes,
expect like FBI to kick open your door, just wham.
Sansony said 2020 did not fly by for me. Yes, I was making a comment like, oh my gosh, the whole year of Wheel of Time news. 2020 had other reasons to not be great for me too. So, but yeah, it's hard to believe that it has been a year. I guess that's mostly what I was thinking was this idea that we're already in 2021 and we're getting our first look at Moiraine. And so, yeah, what a year, what a way to begin it, if you will. So
yeah, creeping up on that day when everybody gets to watch it.
Right.
Whenever it is.
Yeah. I love it.
Which will be September 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
I like it. So let me bring our next caller into the show. Welcome to the Dusty Meal. How you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing good. This is Joe from Washington.
Joe from Washington. How you doing? What do you think? What do you think of our first look? Oh, sorry, 1 second. Daniel, you were going to make a comment to Joe.
DC or state?
Oh, state.
Okay, never mind.
So Daniel's like, you out by me? Yeah. So what were your thoughts, Joe, about today's first look at Moiraine?
It's incredible. I mean, just amazing. And I definitely think that it's like our first vision of her embracing the Source, just purely because of, her eyes are closed when it starts to glow. And I think that's really kind of how they're going to introduce it to the viewer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's a good point. Go ahead.
For the audio, I have a really strong feeling that it's her like maybe chastising Nynaeve. Like they're on the White Tower or they're getting there, and Nynaeve's maybe being, her usual stubborn, flippant self about Aes Sedai, and she's like really finally getting super serious with her. Like, do not underestimate them, like especially because of the politics and the dangers of the White Tower.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, that's a yeah. It's gonna be fun to hear everyone's theories about this. So many people have brought up such interesting possibilities, and now I'm like, okay, it's not as obvious. This could be anybody. There's like Nynaeve, the boys, Steve, Matt.
I love the continual theme of Wheel of Time and chastising.
Totally.
Moiraine chastising someone while embracing the Source on Winter Night is a fantastic first look at the Wheel of Time. I think that's a great part. That's a fantastic.
True though. Like there's so much of the chastisement just all of the time, especially coming from the women. So I think it's funny that we actually start. Maybe we should have thought about this a little bit more. But yeah, like I think it's so true, and hopefully that is a theme that, as dear as it is, we can make sure that our women are more supportive and communicate their needs better and their wishes, as opposed to expecting everybody just to know what they're thinking. It's a good metaphor for life too. But anyways, yeah, like I love the chastisement, but yeah, we should have thought about that one a little bit more. I can't believe we started that. It's so funny.
It's great. It's whatever. Yeah. It's so on point. It's fantastic.
It's classic Wheel of Time. So I guess that works.
Yeah, I think it does. Hey, Joe, thank you so much for calling in and sharing your thoughts there, man. Really appreciate it. Any final thoughts before we let you
go? Just about the Avengers. Just a quick loop back.
Okay.
Daniel's video about Land's interview with the Avengers, just top-notch humor. Funniest thing I've seen in a while.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
If you have not seen that, you got to go watch it. It is one of my favorite Daniel videos ever. I love that. That interview is hilarious. I think I sent Daniel a note afterwards. I'm like, dude, I laughed out loud. That was good stuff. So
yeah.
Hey,
Next
thank you so much.
Either Rand or Kaladin. I'm deciding between the two.
Are you gonna poll that for the fans? Let them pick, or are you
Possibly.
just gonna pick? Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, my cat is eating something. Give me 1 second.
Your slides back in and out are fantastic.
Yeah.
By the way, that is the 7th time I've used the word fantastic. People need to start calling me out because I need a different word. So It's okay. You can do it. Hey, Joe, Joe, thank you so much, man. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Taylor just said spectacular. Yes. But see, spectacular is such fantastic. I don't know. It's there. Spectacular is just too many syllables, I think, or something like that. So I need a better word. You two need to give me a better word to say. Wow.
Stupendous.
Fabulous.
Marvelous.
Fabulous. Okay, fabulous. Because again, that one's stupendous. I don't know if it's just the S word. I feel like it's a lot of work. Marvelous. Maybe marvelous. Fabulous. There we go. Yeah, I guess I could flip fabulous. Let's bring in. We just got a couple more here. Let's bring in our next caller here. Welcome to the Dusty Wheel. How you doing today?
Hello, it's Andrew.
Andrew. Welcome to have you, man. So what's going on?
Groovy. If you're looking for a word, groovy.
Groovy. Okay.
Groovy.
Bob W. Fetch and Corey in chat just said wonderful. Yeah. Outstanding. Superlative. Okay. Thank you very much, Andrew.
Any Mean Girls fans?
Fetch it.
Yeah. So, I was going to say that if Daniel's right and it is the White Cloaks, I think it's going to be a flashback where Moiraine and Swan are confronting the White Cloaks, a la Egwene and the girls they did in what was it, the third book, when they had that scene, and that'll be in lieu of that scene.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like it. It's an interesting.
But, that's only if it's the White Cloaks thing. The best suggestion was the one that Edward had, where he's it's kind of the mob is coming to burn Moiraine as a witch, and she's going to say, "Don't underestimate us."
I like it. Yeah, I like that. I hadn't thought about that one until you brought that one up. So yeah, I do like that idea that it's not later on. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the idea that they're talking about the tower, and that means we're getting the tower. So I'll take that. But I like the idea that it's to the townspeople. That's a really good one. And again, on point. Did you say, but does it?
Yeah. I love the attention. It's great.
And I do, and I am on board with that. That was my first, and regarding the actual video, that was my first thought, was that she was channeling. When I first saw it, that was the first initial thought that I had, was she was channeling. It wasn't the effect. We may get. I mean, if the trailer, if that particular scene goes on longer, you can maybe get the effect of what she does, and maybe she uses the lanterns, as a source of fire. But that little clip, 3-second clip, I think was channeling. Yeah, was her embracing the side art.
And Daniel's suggestion about it being light, was it you or was it a caller that made the lightning suggestion? I can't remember.
That was a caller. I can't take
a caller. That's right.
It's a good suggestion.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot. That I'm totally on board with that. That's now my headcanon about this. That this is lightning about to take out some Trollocs. That's where I'm at on that one. Andrew, I wanted to ask you this. I've asked a couple people that have called in. Of all of the first looks, what's been your favorite so far?
I probably would say the Egwene Perrin, because that was the first. And there's always something special about the first.
Gotcha. Yeah, Egwene Perrin. That is a hearing.
Okay, Daniel, head out of the gutter.
You can't. Come on.
Yeah. I think that's asking a lot. It is, Andrew.
Oh, that's true.
I like the idea of Perrin and Egwene. I wasn't actually expecting you to say that one, and it is one of my favorites. Hearing somebody from the show, and it was one of the kind of initial, like you said, it is the first one time we got something from what sounds like inside the show itself. So, yeah, great answer there, Andrew. As always, man, love having you on the show. Appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts.
I look forward to you tonight.
Yeah, we'll see you tonight. Okay, bye.
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 That, I think, begs the natural question, Matt. Which is your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, unblurring that Matt script took a long time. And I think because of the unblurring of that, and it's Shadow Logoth, we're talking more death, we're talking the dagger. I love this, don't get me wrong, I love seeing Moiraine embracing the source, but more death, dagger, and then unblurring that script. I just have an affinity. I love that first look now so much more. So I think the match
a lot of work that went into it too. So it's like it makes it like even more, even more special.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've told people this. we unblurred the bottom 3 lines that we hadn't initially, and now we know what the scream is. So we're gonna talk about that next week. So I'm excited about that. So anyways, yeah, it's like that one really. I connect with that one so much. So this is I would say it'd probably go with the dagger and then this shot of Moiraine as second. What about you, Daniel? What's been your kind of list there?
It's got to be Moiraine. I'm a sucker for Moiraine. As I've said on my channel, I simp Moiraine, and so this is the best for me. I just love seeing a face, as someone pointed out before. And the channeling, I mean, we didn't actually see any channeling, but like it's definitely there. So it's like, oh, so I'm here for it. And naturally, I think this begs the question, Sarah, you see your dogs closer because they look adorable and I want to see them.
Okay. there they are with my jeans on the floor and yeah. They're causing problems. I have to be careful because there's stuff in my room that you cannot see. So
I wondered if that's why you had it vertical instead of horizontal. I was like, oh, I wonder if there's stuff over to her right that she doesn't want us to see right now. And I was like, I won't ask, but yeah, I love it. But
But also, which drop was your favorite? I think is an appropriate question.
Been different for me because like I'm so lucky in that I work for Sony, but Amazon is so gracious and they involve me. Stop, bro. They involved me in a lot of this stuff, just like leading up to. So we'll get the assets and or like the videos and we'll talk about them and Eli. And so it's like. Each one is different for those reasons of like the prep and kind of talking about it leading into it. And so, but for me, like the Moiraine one is near and dear to heart because obviously like I'm Team Moiraine all the way. Eli, bro, stop. And so, I think the Moiraine one, especially because, we talked through everything and what what people could flag and what people might be concerned about. And so all of that stuff was, already on the board before it even went live. And so it's just fun to get to talk about that stuff with people that are discovering the show, discovering the books and that are understanding it more and more. And so, I would say that the Matt's dagger is a close second, for sure.
Yeah. And I'm going to throw this question out. We'll bring like I said, we have 2 callers. We'll do those 2 calls, and then we'll let you all kind of get back to your day. And like I said, we'll come back, reconvene tonight here at the Dusty Wheel, talk all about this and maybe the answers that Rafe's given. And we'll be announcing, like I said, some really fun next 7-8 shows here at the Dusty Wheel. So it'll be fun tonight. But let's bring these callers in. But I want to ask everyone in chat this. Maybe you can just put the number or whatever you want to do. I'm kind of curious what your favorite. Yeah, what has your favorite been? Your favorite drop so far? We have the Emmons Field shot, then we had the Perrin and Egwene audio. And I want to say we had Tom's guitar, then Matt's dagger, and then this one. Am I missing one, Daniel? Was there just 5?
I think so. Is it just the 5?
Oh yeah. So and then the concept art. There we go.
Oh yeah.
So there was those 6. So you have those 6 to kind of choose from. Kind of curious what everyone's were, and then like I said, we'll do these last 2 callers, and we'll get final thoughts from the 2 of you, and get back to our day here. Let's bring our next caller in. Welcome to the Dusty Wheel. How you doing today?
Hey Matt. Hey Sarah. Hey Daniel. It's Mary.
Mary, hey. How you doing? Hey, it's awesome to hear from you.
Doing good. I'm threading the needle here between meetings. First of all, you forgot the Heron Mark blade. That was the 7th.
Oh my gosh, and the Heron Mark blade. Oh gosh, there's been a lot. You're
Shamed.
Right. I am. Thank you for bringing that up. So, what's your favorite then of those? Before you ask us before you give us your thoughts on Moiraine, which drop has been your favorite?
I have to admit, it's the concept art. I've always had a soft spot for concept art. I'm hoping they publish a book so I can buy it of all the concept art, all the different thoughts that went into making the show. I would love to see it, and I do love to see it.
Yeah. People have said like, how much money could just give me a book? Give me a book of concept art. I want to buy it now. So.
Yeah, and I'd like the the way that the heron mark blade, the dagger, the guitar, how those were presented, they were like tiny little movies, like a Vine or a TikTok or whatever. They were just well done. It shows a lot of care for the fact that they're making Wheel of Time on Prime, but also that, you know, they're giving it, they were like presents to us, the fans. And I totally appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And Mary, what's your thoughts here? I know you're threading the needle between meetings. What's your thought on our first look at Moiraine?
My thoughts are, but once I got over that, I liked that she had dark hair. So everybody who was complaining about that, hopefully they will, there's a lot you can do with costuming. So that part is true to the books. I love the feel of it. The music was so jarring. The sound effects were so jarring. That high-pitched screech. And I don't know if that was because of the trailer, if that's going to be the sound of channeling or what. But I know there's probably going to be an audio as well as a video cue to channeling. But that sound just kind of stuck in the back of my head, that kind of that high-pitched screech. It's very unnerving, kind of cool.
Yeah, that's
it.
What's your speculation on where this is taking place? Are you agreeing with everybody? Winter night, or bell time, evening, whatever, kind of getting ready for bed. She runs out in the green and starts killing some Trollocs.
I don't know. Did she say, do not underestimate the women of the tower? Did she say, do not underestimate the women of this tower?
This tower.
Okay, so that kind of implies that they're at the tower.
Yep.
As opposed to in Emmons Field or, anywhere else. So it could be a flashback. It could be, something like from New Spring when she and Swan were accosted by White Cloaks. We've had some of White Cloaks cast, so there could be, a tie-in showing some long-term animosity between Moiraine and specific White Cloaks. It's not the White Cloaks in general.
Yeah.
And that probably has already been brought up because it seems to be pretty obvious. But, the fact that she said this tower implies that it's happening either at or nearby the tower.
Yeah. And
so they're either it's a flashback or they're going to Tar Valon at some point in time, which kind of throws a lot of speculation out and brings up new.
Yeah, right.
Just from one word. Just from one word.
In this tower. Yeah, there's a lot here. Like
in this tower.
From the chastisement to this tower to to the lights behind her to her embracing the source. Yeah, we've pulled out a ridiculous amount of speculation, honestly, from 3 seconds. I saw some people in chat asking, what is this? They're just joining. Watt on Prime and Rosamund Pike released a 3-second first look at Moiraine herself, and we'll play that here shortly, just after Mary's call. So, Mary, final thoughts before we let you go and you get back to the meetings, just about the trailer in general.
Oh, it's just a great time to be a fan and to get this kind of interaction with Watt on Prime and Amazon. And I hope they understand how excited we are and how hopeful we are that it's going to be awesome. And, that we're engaged and, we're going to be dragging our friends to, hey, come watch this with me. And we're going to have watch parties and we're going to be pouring over this left, right, and center. And, it's just going to be such an experience. I can't wait.
Absolutely. I think Daniel said he's going to do like 20 videos for the trailer. I think that's what he said. So we need to all hold him to that. I want to see 20 videos about the trailer, Daniel. So Phil, you too. Exactly. Hey, Mary, awesome to hear your voice. Hopefully we'll see you again this evening, hear from you then, and we'll talk to you soon. Enjoy the rest of the workday.
Everyone have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
You as well.
I know, right?
Bye.
I know I got to get back to work here shortly. Our last caller, thank you both for being here, by the way. Really appreciate it. It's been a blast. Last hour and a half was just
chaos at the end there with my child and my dogs.
I mean, if you want to turn the camera away from your dogs a little bit, the other way, if you want. Look, I'm just saying, if you're really concerned about the dogs, that's all. So let me bring this last caller into the show. Yeah. Oh, are you? Oh, sorry, I stopped her. Everyone's be like, "Why did you say anything?" She was about to do it.
I was I was moving it further away from.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah. Don't.
Things, things.
Blink twice if there's a Trolloc in the room with you.
Exactly. Sorry, I totally introduced. I added our caller as this happened. Yeah, like welcome to the Dusty Wheel, our final caller. How you doing? Are you there? Sorry, caller. They're like, I'm just listening to the show. Are you online with us here? Yeah. Hello. Sorry, I totally didn't do a good introduction. Who's this?
Totally okay. It's Dave from Naples, Florida. How you doing?
Dave, welcome to. Thank you for being our final caller here. Sorry, I gave you kind of a funky introduction there, but welcome to the Dusty Wheel. Like, what do you have? The final comment from a fan today. What is your comment about the first look at Moiraine?
Thank goodness. It's about time. We actually got some good live video going. Now I'm excited. No offense to fan art. Love fan art. It's not the same. Got to see Moiraine, and I agree with my fellow Moiraine simp over there. Good to finally see her. Now, I've heard a lot of theories, and I agree with a lot of them. However, I wanted to say this one thing. I think we might be getting the audio from one thing and the video from something else. And what I think it is, as we're saying Winter Night and everything, I think this might be a scene for Moiraine actually giving the history of Aemonsfield to the villagers of Edmondsfield and doing her speech. Because, we don't see lightning, we don't see anything else, but we see her come alive with the power, and that would be in kind of cahoots with what we're talking about within that first 100 pages. That, we've got a dagger, we got, land sword, we got Marilyn's, guitar. We got all those things from that first 100 pages. And so where Moiraine would be seen, I don't think they were going to do a battle scene for us. So I'm thinking that was the speech of getting all the Edmondsfielders to see their courage and kind of get them back to rights.
That's an interesting speculation. Yeah, I like the idea that almost do you think she's actually would be using the one power in this way to like create some kind of visual of what the story she's telling and she's weaving? Is that kind of what you're imagining?
I think that would be great, but in the book, she just kind of like spins her staff around and booms her voice out so everyone can hear, if memory serves correctly. I'm on book 4 now again. I think that would be something where she would come alive with power, boom her voice out, and kind of get the Edmundfielders, back in line and kind of remind them of who they are.
By the way, I don't know if you're watching this or just listening, Dave, but Sarah has the great poker face. She's had one this entire time. Congratulations, Sarah. I had to look over at Sarah's face and I had to like stare, see, no, she's not giving anything away. I love the speculation here that this could be her speech to them. I think I like the lightning thing. I think a little bit more. I lean towards the lightning aspect, but the idea that this could be the moment where she is on, basically with them here. Maybe it's at Beltane, and she, everyone's around, and she tells a story and catches all their attention and uses the one power in some way. And maybe they've done that in this scene. I would love it. Great idea. Before we
like I said, yes, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying yes, just kind of going in line with, like I said, that first 100 pages or so, that's kind of where everything that we've seen has been up to Shutter logo. That's why I kind of shied away from the tower being that scene, because everything we've seen has been up unto that. But like I said, just a theory, just like everybody else's. But yes, go ahead, Matt.
No, I was just gonna say before we let you go though, which is it sounds like this is, your favorite of all of the first looks. Which is then your second favorite? What would you have picked next?
Well, I guess the best teaser of all those would probably be the dagger. Again, only because it's some live action and something of what we're going to see. And I really have full faith in Amazon and the producers and everybody that they're really going to put out a very excellent product for us. I really do.
Yeah, agreed. I love both of those. You get, this last one, and with Matt's, we get actual footage from the show. The more footage we get from the show, you can actually go and look at the number of views What on Prime had on their first looks, If you go stare at those on Twitter, Matt's Dagger, even though it's the most recent, has the most views. And I think it has a lot to do with just the excitement, and you get some footage from the show, and that's really exciting. I can't even imagine what a trailer is going to look like, honestly. Just as much excitement. The theory that Daniel came up with.
That's a reveal party waiting to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is going to be a party all day, I'm sure, for a week maybe. So, hey, thank you so much for being our final caller. Really appreciate your thoughts. Just as excited, I think I can say for the three of us, as you are. And hopefully, like I said, we'll see you maybe this evening or back at the Dusty Wheel again. Okay? Have a good one.
Awesome panel, guys. Thanks again. I'll definitely see you tonight. Have a great one. Great.
You too. Bye-bye. Yeah, what do you think, Sarah? So here you were, jumped in, Team Moiraine. We haven't been, I don't think the three of us haven't actually been together again here at the Dusty Wheel since last July.
It's almost it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I think that time we were playing some fun Wheel of Game time, just kind of having fun. Now we're looking at the first look at Moiraine, and you just heard from like 12 or 13 fans, across the world. Technically, we had a fan call in from Sweden. What's your reaction after hearing from those fans about what just happened today?
It's really just it's overwhelming. There's a sense of satisfaction that comes after putting in hard work and seeing people react to it, and so there's that sense of satisfaction that knowing that I played a small part in that, and then there's just continued excitement because I can't wait for you guys to see more and to see this version of the turning of the wheel. And see what your guys' thoughts on it are, and if you make the same connections and draw the same conclusions that I did, during the process. So, during like the writing and the telling the story in this medium type of process. And so, all of this and listening to all of the speculation and hearing people kind of reach for things and grab things from different areas to try to make them fit within this narrative is similar to what I do, and so I love it, and so I appreciate it because hopefully you guys understand a little bit of what it means to try to do something like this, and so that's why I love speculation so much.
Yeah, no, it's. Again, I'm sure this is just all cathartic for you, actually being able to share these things. So I really appreciate you sticking in here. I'm sure it's not easy for listening to Daniel and I and everybody else theorize, but hopefully hearing directly from the fans, was worth the price of sitting here, hearing also all of our speculation, because, from what I just heard, just a lot of excitement for what's coming, just a ton of excitement.
It's so.
Oh, did we lose you there for Sarah? Are you still there? Can you hear us? Well, while Sarah, we get Sarah back. Daniel, what is your thought here as far as kind of final?
I just am more eager than ever for a trailer now. I definitely buy into the more you feed me, the more I want. So I'm trying to be patient, but it's like I'm sitting on a hot griddle and I'm like, I need to go.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, and thankfully, you're back. There we go, Sarah. You're still here. You're good. I feel the same way, which is, and it does feel like things are picking up, right? We've gotten some concept art, Tom's, Matt's Dagger, first look at Moiraine. It feels like we're getting more and more here. So many thanks out to the Amazon team. Again, this was a lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed everything that fans were able to pull out of 3 seconds, and hopefully you have some concept of what this means when you give fans just a minute-long trailer. The insanity. I think that what's going to happen then just will be a drive then to the premiere, which I'm looking forward to. And I saw a comment in chat. Someone said that the video today on, I think it was What on Prime, already had almost 90,000 views. I don't know. That's what I saw.
Wow.
You can tell a lot of excitement about Rosamund and Moiraine, and even getting just a small glimpse and just imagining what this has been a lot of fun for fans. And like I said, if you obviously know who Daniel Greene is, thank you, Daniel, for being here. If you, for some strange reason, are not following him on YouTube, go do it. And like I said, you're going to miss out on 20 videos about the trailer if you don't. So go do that
and
now.
read his book.
Yes, and read his book. Thank you very much. Yes, Breach of Peace. Please go check out his book. You can find. I'll make sure I put the link to that in this video to go grab that. There's been a lot of reviews that have come out recently, so you can kind of get a feel for what you might see. A lot of spoiler-free reviews, so you can go check those out too. Daniel's been great about retweeting those and bringing some eyeballs to booktubers out there. So yeah, really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to reading mine. And like I said, I think I told this to Daniel, I may have to do my first book review ever on the Dusty Wheel. So we'll see what that. Like I said, I told Daniel this. I want it to be a little bit though, kind of Dusty Wheel creative-ish. So we'll see. I'm gonna try something different with that. So it'll be fun.
Just you burning the book. Just a live stream burning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A live stream review, a book review. That, yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Maybe a live stream book review. But yeah, but something cool like burning things. I like that. I love it. I love it. Thank you.
Before
yeah. Go ahead, Sarah.
I have a quick question for you guys and the fans. Is how do you guys feel about the something blue? Do you feel like that's
oh my gosh. I can't believe we didn't even cover that. What?
Talk about it.
So for those of you out there that don't understand, they gave us something old, something new, and they had actually tweeted out something new during one of them, and we all went back and were like, well, we had this old thing, now something new. I wonder if they give us something borrowed next, and it was the dagger, and we all joked that was like something borrowed. And so we laughed that maybe the next thing would be something blue, which is clear we got. So, and now I'm like, okay, how far are we taking this thing? I don't even know the next lines to that rhyme, but or whatever to that saying. But I'm like, what comes next? But yes, something blue.
The Looney theory coming to life.
Yes, it is.
It's so great.
I can't believe, honestly, I totally forgot about that in the mix of everything else we were saying. So yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about something blue after this. What is the next? There's another phrase after that. Something, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. And I thought there's a phrase that comes after that. Maybe I'm wrong. I see a sixpence in your shoe. Is that the next line? I see that in chat. I'm not sure if that's.
Yeah, there was an addition to that at some point. I don't know what it is.
Oh, maybe that was like something. It was added later. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, and then and like I said, I think it's the internet's gonna come through. I think somebody mentioned this already though. Shoot,
a penny for your shoe.
A penny, yeah. A sixpence in your shoe, yeah. So I don't know that that's going to work out. We'll see. What would your Looney theory be? A sixpence in your shoe. The next first look.
Just give us Matt's boots.
A sixpence in your shoe would. Sorry, everyone in chat, by the way, they're like screaming at me as I'm looking at it on the internet. Look, I'm sorry. Matt's boots. I love that idea. So what's your theory? I want to see that in the comments after this video. If Amazon just brings this Looney theory, continues to bring it to life about this, what's a sixpence in your shoe translate as? That's a funny one. I like it. Matt with a coin for The Witcher. that's the idea I saw in chat. A Tarvalon Mark. That one's funny too. So. Hey, Sarah, thank you for bringing that up. That's a perfect end to this video. Something blue did happen today. If you didn't check it out, we'll play it right here at the end before we say goodbye. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed your first look at Moiraine. Many thanks out to Rosamund for telling the fans all about what was about to happen here. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick little live coverage of that news. And thank you once again to both of you. Taylor, show us one last look, and then we will say goodbye.
Do not underestimate the women in this tower.
Yes, do not underestimate the women in this tower. Thank you so much, everyone, to the two of you. We'll see you tonight at the Dusty Wheel. And like I said, go check out Daniel's book. The link is in the chat. Good afternoon from the Dusty Wheel. And as we say around here, smash to black. You went right to kill it. Look at you. You're all ready. You're just done. I mean, this is like this is
really well. And now I'm like, great, my turn.
And if you don't like that, and you want to say, well, Robert Jordan could have made the two rivers all white. He could have, but he didn't. So
Just complimented me on my dress, and as you can clearly see, I'm
sad.
not
I see Nakomi as something along the lines of a Shida Haran analog.
It does make sense why it outlasted the breaking.
Yeah.
See, this is why I have Therese in the show, because she's going to correct everything that.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dusty Will Show. What? Meme Off Challenge.
Curved, like baby face mounted on like a huge body. So like all of a sudden,
This is not just
like,
a traditional fantasy, right? There are sci-fi
And
elements.
just a moment ago, Rafe tweeted something. So let me get my guest in here with me. And
probably, I would say, put in 70, 80% of the work. I got to be over the shoulder and be like, no,